Hello, Mary YouTube. Just past videos, just catching evidence and making sure everyone is updated for my YouTube channel here. It's Vigilante Paedophile Hunter Liam Kenneth Hollis and Undercover Creature. So we're going to go over some tips today on how to spot a child predator in your family. Apologies for looking down. This is read off a sheet at the minute as I jot everything down. So we have an unusual interest in children. Hobbies always want to be around children, childlike innocence. So if you see any of this, start to be suspicious and aware and make sure you flag all and record all. We also have age inappropriate relationships, such as adults who have more child friends than adults, relate better to children than they do with their own age range, and much more, prefers the company of children over the company of adults. So, step number 3, we have excessive gift giving. Be wary of adults who overtly excessive gift give. This seems to be a crucial and clear sign now to spot them. So, this be things such as jewellery and clothing, maybe many more things. We also have now step number 4, encourages secrecy. So, with encouraging secrecy, they would encourage to keep secrets from adults. This is why I'm looking down, if you're wondering. Gets the children to break all the rules and likes to bend them a little bit. Gets the children to withhold certain information, say, don't say this, don't do that, and things like this. Moving on, we also have inappropriate conversations. So, adult themed conversations with children. This is crucial. Please take notes for all. This is to help out the city of Portsmouth to spot a potential child predator. So as we're going over, and the world as well. So you're very welcome for this. We have shares inappropriate materials such as photos, pictures, text, emails, anything out of the odd that shouldn't be shown to children or discussed with, they are highly likely to do. They also tend to insist in the child's love life and take interest in their relationships, such as friendships. I want to know who they're dating, who they're hanging around with, and things like this. So, we also have with this sexual innuendos and jokes. So, they might make sudden remarks, jokes, innuendos. I said, that's a nice so and so, that's a bit appropriate. And then the parents might go, hold on, that's a bit strange. You shouldn't be saying that. So, such as things as in nice backside or chest region, face region. So moving on, we now have, bear with me, crossing physical boundaries, as in disregard for child space, as in intruding on toilets and things like that, nap time, bedtime, overly touchy, insistent on actions even if it steps out of bounds. Be important to make sure you flag and trace all of this and keep it. No, a red flag. This should be ringing to you. So flag it is to jot it down, to make sure you write it down, to record yourself and the potential person you think that might be predatory or sexual or otherwise. So we have intrudes on a child's physical space. They like to tend to come in and try and get in with the children in bedtime, physical touching and things like that. So it would be more of in their space. When you said no, it's best to leave the child to sleep, they will then come into the room and say, oh, let me put them to bed and things like this. And that's when you will kind of notice other bits. So we also have manipulative behavior. Moving on next. So with this, we have guilt, blame, threats. We have emotional manipulation tactics they like to use upon adults and the children, but mainly for the children, and disregard for a child's help. So they will not offer help to a child in any way, shape, or form, but may sometimes and occasionally when their parents are around, they might do, just to blend in and act natural in all this. So, moving on, we now have ownership, overstepping privacy, apologies, not ownership, overstepping privacy. That's crucial for number 1 of this point. So, opportunities to invade a child's privacy. So, if you notice anything like it would be sort of invading on certain child's moments, like trying to get dressed, changed, and things like that. They might come in and try and offer to change your child. They might come in and offer to sort of help you out with daily activities and chores that oversteps the child's boundaries when they're alone. They like to be around them a lot. So they keep looking for things to get involved with in your child's life. So any private moments when your child needs to be left alone and it's just the parent and child time, this is when they are most likely to invade. So now we have consistently photographs children. Focuses on one child or more, so it could be one to multiple. It could be 5, 10, 15, or a singular child. They may be suggestive with sort of poses and things like this. They may zoom up on physical features and use that as a highlight, things such as a child's face, maybe body, things that are really out of the ordinary, more than the usual family photo. Okay, folks, so here we have as well child-related paraphernalia. Now, this one is more of they create an environment for your child and it's very childlike. They often tend to have childlike activities around them when they are not parents or when they are parents as well. So they possess children's clothing, such as children's toys, books, things that unusually an adult would not own unless they had children themselves, as you can see. So inappropriate monitoring child's online activities. So they like to do this as well, such as showing interest in a child's friendships or relationships, as we've mentioned before briefly, whether it's sexual or otherwise. I might ask them certain questions, act a certain way, give certain behaviours and things like this. So I hope this helps you identify, and many more around the world, identify a potential child predator. So also with this child paraphernalia, they and monitoring, they show an interest more to insert themselves into relationships. So they might try to be with the child, be around the child, ask questions about the child's relationships, what they're doing, and things like this. They might pose a child to befriend children. So they might go online on certain sites and talk to children. They start to get interest, what they're into, what they're not. They certain would like to, find out where they are, where they live, and things like this. They may take phone numbers down. They might try to be pen pals and things like this. So it's important to make sure you notify that and the police immediately if you see any of these behaviours. But not all of these behaviours makes a potential person a predator, so just be aware of that. It may make them a potential one, but only a few signs doesn't really cut it. If all of these signs flag up, but still be suspicious of a few of these signs, but all of these signs flag up, then you definitely 100% have a child predator. A paedophile on your hands needs to be dealt with, so phone your local authorities in your city immediately as soon as possible, and any potential hunter teams, such as predatory hunter teams, to come down and investigate further so they can sit there and look into it for you with any concerns with the police as well. So now, moving on, we also have 2 seconds, YouTube world, going over my notes, grooming behaviour. So if you notice this, and this would be shower them with attention and praise. So they're always constantly uplifting them, giving them compliments and things like this. Attention, love, like a parent would, more overstepping the bounds than a parent would. So it's more consistent praise as well, and showering. So they make a child feel indebted to them. So like they owe them something. So they may try to blackmail, manipulate your child, make your child feel guilty for speaking up about their problem, whether they've been touched inappropriately in anywhere of their body or otherwise. So now also we have social interaction. History of moving frequently. So if they moved around a lot, from not just a few places, I mean consistently their whole lives, moving from place to place to place. Job changes, any changes in where the local, I don't know, gyms are out of cities or things like that. These potential people could have. Maybe they have connection to one area and they decide to uproot their life and move to another. They may not stick to one place, they may stick to about 40 places and consistently show you if they've moved 40 places. The usual person will move once or twice in their life and then back home usually. These people tend to move all over the place, all over the world. So now we have social isolation. So with social isolation, they have a history, like we say, of moving frequently, which is there for a rounder up for social isolation. So now we're moving on to also past accusations. If any of them have past accusations and a history of it to do with the police and much more any other teams, they've been notified. A lot of the time, a history of past accusations will pop up displaying certain red flag behaviour, things that are definitely out of the ordinary, as you know. So past accusations would be if they've got any inappropriate contact with children, any sort of contact, this would be sort of conversations, text messages with children that are really out of the ordinary, that are really quite graphic in sexual content, very high, very disturbing. They might have emails, they might have pictures upon their phone with children. So anything like that, more than frequently, and if they're not their parent, then it will show. If they are their parent, it will also show. But we can't always blame parents and innocent people, because some people might be innocent. But to prove the point, if they show up these signs and flags, you should definitely flag them and alert the authorities immediately. Okay, so now we're moving on to the last sign, which is insistent on physical affection. So these lot might sit there and want to touch your children over more than you're comfortable with. They might want to be handsy, physical, take pictures, be hugging, holding, kissing, touching, the touchy-feely usually business. So they use any opportunity to touch a child even when it's inappropriate. So even when you've told them, no, you cannot touch my child, they will consistently try to get in and touch your children. Be around them, hug them, hold them more than a parent would. So parents need to be aware of this. So to help you out, these are a few signs on how to catch a potential child predator, or to catch a child predator, because a potential one means they haven't been caught yet. A child predator means they're known and registered. So more importantly, if you could share and like this video and subscribe to my channel, Liam Kenneth Hollis, and share this around the world, this would be great. Like, subscribe, share, and share my vaccine video for a cure for paedophilia. More updates coming soon. I've had to gather evidence from my own city, myself, and everyone else, so I record everything, visual, audio, around in my area or not. Even when I'm on walks out, I don't go out much, so you won't see much outside content, but when I do, I'll be sure to record there and make sure I give updates and more to the lovely people of YouTube and the world. So thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Liam Kenneth Hollis, and these are a few signs to catch a child predator. Take care, folks, and have a wonderful one.